Hi butterflies, welcome back to the channel. I am so honored to be giving you guys this video. Unfortunately, I am a little bit late on recording the video because initially I wanted to record it during Virgo season. However, I'm still going to go ahead with the video. I'm going to be spilling the tea on Virgos, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Okay, no sign is immune. This is my new series where I'll be talking about all the zodiac signs and, you know, talking about the good and the bad and the not so great sides of the actual sign. I'll be going through the rising, the sun, the moon, the Mars, Venus. Okay, so please stay tuned, grab a coffee, grab a tea because it is called spilling tea. Anyway, guys, so I will be looking down at my notes. So if I keep looking down, it's just because I've got my notes, right? So first and foremostly, I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are okay. All right. I'm going to be talking about Virgo rising. Okay. So, excuse me. If you have a Virgo rising, you know, you may have like a very neat and clean, good looking appearance. Now, I know a few Virgo rising, individuals, and they do have this appearance of being very, very kept, right? Very kept. And they do give off an appearance of being very well mannered. Even if they're not, they just give off this appearance of being very well mannered. However, despite this neat appearance, they may lack a little bit of confidence. Okay, Virgo ascendants can appear very calm and very peaceful because they give off this deep position of being very in control, right? They're very likable. A lot of people like them. A lot of people warm to them, though they may have a very aloof look about them. People may perceive them as, you know, being too snobbish or being a snob, right? Not for all, but for some. People may perceive them as I'm thinking Carlton from Fresh Prince, right? That type of look, okay? People may perceive them as being like, thinking that they think they're better than others when that's just not the truth, right? Because they have this appearance about them where they have, you know, they command self-respect. You know, they're not outwardly demanding it, but they give this appearance of, you have to respect me if you're going to come and talk to me, if you're going to come into my life. And there's nothing wrong in that, to be honest with you. Virgo ascendants need to be careful that others do not take advantage of them because they have this sort of, I'll say it's an innocent type of look. It's not rough. It's not, you know, intimidating. They have this look whereby some people may feel as though they can take advantage of them, right? So Virgo ascendants need to be a bit mindful of that, okay? With Virgo ascendants, they need to be around peace and harmony because of their deep position. They actually do radiate that peaceful, calm vibe. Okay, so that's for Virgo risings. And also, just to add, Virgo rising individuals, they dress, I mentioned it before, I touched on it anyway, they dress very neatly. So you may find these people to be wearing a lot of greys, a lot of maybe whites. I feel more greys and possibly browns. You know, they're not really that type of show off type. They don't really like to stand out. Although for some of them, especially if they've got like a rising in Virgo and a sun in Virgo, they will stand out. My son actually has that in his chart. You know, if your ascendant is conjuncting your sun or your moon, then you will just like, bam, stand out, right? So anyway, let's move on to Virgo sun. All right. So the element, I should have started this before, guys. The element of Virgo is earth, okay? The ruler of Virgo is Mercury, and Mercury is the planet of communication, okay? The opposite sign to Virgo, is Pisces, all right? So Virgos have a reserve, like loner quality about them, all right? They have a sophisticated look also, which I just touched upon for Virgo risings, right? But with Virgo sun individuals, they are perfectionists, all right? And you know, even with a Virgo rising individuals, they have that sort of perfectionist aura about them, even in the way they dress, right? But with Virgo sun individuals, they are perfectionists. It's almost like their mind is ticking a mile a minute, right? But generally, they, you know, if they're in a relationship, if they are, especially if they're working, they are really, attention to detail, right? Think Michael Jackson, think Beyonce, right? These people are masters of their craft, or MJ was a master of his craft, okay? Because Virgos are ruled by the planet of communication, which is Mercury, it makes them very detailed and extremely intelligent, okay? They work diligently, and at times with Virgos, because they work so hard, they can sometimes expect others to work as hard as them, and then they can become quite annoyed if people are not as hardworking as they are. All right, so that's one thing to look out for if you are a Virgo sun. Like, everyone is not as attention to detail as you, right? And there's nothing wrong in that. But that's one thing I actually do like about Virgos, right? Because they're not the type of sign to start something that they're never going to finish. Even if it's boring, even if they're tired, if they start something, they're going to see it through and they're going to give their all to it, okay? So, because Virgos are very orderly, they expect others, like I mentioned, to have the same work ethic, and they can become very disappointed. So that's, again, another thing. Don't get too disappointed. Remember that everyone is an individual, right? Everyone has their own pace of work also, okay? So that's another thing that Virgos need to watch out for again. Virgos can be extremely private because they have that reserved-like quality about them, and they can seem quite aloof and detached. These are the type of individuals that don't mind their own company and don't mind their own space, right? These are the type of people that, if they are in a relationship, they will still require their own space, right? So whoever's in a connection with a Virgo sun needs to acknowledge that their Virgo needs their own time and space away, just to regroup, just to recenter, just to be, and it's nothing personal. But if you're the clingy type, then you may find it quite difficult to know that your Virgo wants their own space, and you may feel like, why are you shutting me out? It's so that's just a quality that Virgos do have. And generally, when they are alone, you could find these people studying or just doing a hobby. They don't mind doing a hobby alone as well. These are the type of people that may prefer to, have a child with someone but not be with a partner, if that makes any sense, right? Not for all, but for some, right? Virgos are very private, and again, they have this sophisticated, law-abiding quality to them. Virgos are hard workers, and because they pay such attention to detail, whether that's job, their hobby, anything they do, they master it, as I just mentioned before. So that is one, like I said, that's one quality I do like about Virgos, right? Because they have this perfectionist, idealistic way of viewing work and projects. They are so detail orientated that they focus on that specific job or opportunity, project, whatever the case may be. And this could also mean, like, in love relationships, if they want to go after someone, they may be so detailed, or they may do some sort of research on the person, not in a scorpionic way, but like they may pay attention to the person's personality, what they like, what they don't like. So they'll be taking mental notes as to where they're going to take this individual, right? Virgos like to serve and help others, so you may find that they can be very nitpicky, right? And when it comes to, helping others, so they could give advice, and people may find that they're being intrusive, right? But that's their way of showing that they love. That's a Virgo's way of showing that they care. And you'll find that with Virgos, they are very honest individuals. I know a few Virgos, and sorry, I'm flicking. They are very honest individuals, right? So they don't really lie. They're one of the most honest signs that you'll ever meet, okay? Virgos are very particular about what they eat. Not all, but some are very particular about what they put in their body, okay? Because their body is their temple. I feel like your body should be your temple, though I do like coffee and I have a habit for eating chocolate. That may be because I've got a moon in Cancer, I don't know. But anyway, with Virgos, they are very they are very cautious with what they put in their body, what they eat, etc. And they can tell you the reasons why they won't eat certain foods and why they do eat certain foods. Virgo have a clean and neat appearance, and they expect the same of their partners or their children. And sometimes their friends are not really too fussy about their friends because they're mutable. They can, generally get on with different people from different walks of life. But, in terms of like their own appearance, how they want to appear outwardly to others, especially if they have children, they want their children to be perceived in a specific way. It's very important for them and for others to perceive themselves and their children in a specific way. Again, with a Virgo, if they do tend to nag, as some people may call it, it's only because they care. They're not really the mushy type that like, oh, there you go, darling. Oh no, you fell over. No, they'll be like, why wasn't you walking properly? If you were walking properly, then that wouldn't happen to you if you tied your laces. And, but people may find that overbearing or whatever the case may be, but it's generally because they actually care. Everyone has different ways of showing how they care, and that's a Virgo way of showing how they care. Virgos can appear detached at times, but beneath that hides a sensitive soul. However, Virgos are not afraid to be alone, okay? Sometimes preferring their own company than spending it with others. Remember, Virgos are, in the Rider-Waite tarot deck and in all tarot decks, Virgo is ruled by the card, the Hermit. Okay, so they are the hermits of the zodiac. Loyal and dependable, Virgos are trustworthy companions and mates. Their partners can rely on their expertise and intelligence. When ruled by Mercury, Virgos may like a mate that they can have mental debates with. And also they may like mates that they can have a friendship within that relationship as well, because communication will be of the utmost importance within a relationship with a Virgo and their partner or spouse. Okay, they would like to be able to converse with their partner. How was your day? What did you do at work? Okay, they're very interested in what a partner has to say, etc. Virgos can be romantic, but not romantic in, say, like a Leo way, their next door neighbor. But romance is not really at the forefront of a Virgo's mind, right? Their way of being romantic, they can be a little bit, I feel like they're more shy, but others may find them to be undemonstrative when it comes to expressing their emotions, right? But they are the type of sign that would prefer to, depending on what they have in their chart, because they could be a Virgo with, like, say, a Sagittarius moon or a Leo moon or a Cancer moon, right? But generally, Virgos, they like to analyze their partners, as I mentioned before, and they like to serve their partners. So if they know that their partner has had a hard day at work, their partner's been on their feet all day, they're the type of sign that will run the bath. So when the partner comes home, the bath is, got petals in there, or there's chocolates, or they make their partner's favorite meal. They are more doers than sayers, right? Virgos can be romantic in their own way, depending on how you want to be romanced as well. Okay, so let's take a look some more at Virgos. Okay, Virgo Suns. All right, so with Virgos, what you will find also with Virgos is that they're always busy, whether it's a project, whether it's with working. This is not the type of sign that will not be doing much. They are always working, because remember, they are ruled by the planet Mercury. So their mind's always buzzing, their mind's always ticking. They need to gain knowledge, they need to absorb knowledge, they need to communicate with others. So even if they're spending time alone, this is a type of sign that would be conversing with others over the internet, whether that's playing a game online with someone else, emailing someone else, keeping abreast of, what's going on in the world. They're always, gaining some sort of knowledge or communicating with someone. So are they really ever alone? Think about it, right? So let's take a look now at Moon in Virgo. Moon in Virgo. I know a few people that have a Moon in Virgo. I have a sister that has a Moon in Virgo. Okay. And let's take a look at that. Moon in Virgo may be good with technology, right? And Moon and Virgo people, I feel like they're very hard workers. I know a few of them. They're very hard workers. They're very attention to detail. They may have good speaking voices as well. They come across, I feel, as good communicators, right? They come across also as, individuals that have everything in control. Inside, this may not be the case, but they give off this energy of they are in control. They can take care of the situation, the job at hand. They can carry a huge load, okay? Because they're very attention to detail. They're very goal orientated as well. Okay, so if you, for instance, if you're planning the day trip, if you go to like a Moon in Virgo, these are the type of people that will plan what time you should meet up, where you should go once you're at the location, where you should go to eat. They're very, attention to detailed. So it is good in that way. The downside to a Moon in Virgo, I feel, despite their positive attributes, is that they can come across as quite aloof. So again, like a Sun in Virgo, they may want their own space. So remember, Moon is all about your emotions. It's how you emote. It's how you display your emotions. So if a Moon in Virgo comes across as aloof, and as though they want to be alone, others may remove themselves from them, or others may not feel comfortable to go towards them, because they give off this energy of, I want my own space, please leave me alone. So that's one thing that a Moon in Virgo needs to, they can come across as emotionally detached sometimes, right? And a Moon in Virgo person may prefer to work alone as well. And I feel like the reason why is because, they like peace and quiet, and they don't really like to work in busy environments because it may distract them from focusing on the task at hand, okay? They do like to do things for their loved ones. They absolutely adore serving their loved ones, cooking for their loved ones, cleaning for their loved ones, maybe nagging their loved ones, but it's only because they care. That's the way they show their emotion, in how they serve others, right? And they like to be appreciated for what they have done for others as well. It does hurt a Moon in Virgo's heart to know that their efforts were not appreciated. And I feel that goes for anyone anyway, but especially a Moon in Virgo, because again, Virgos like to serve, right? They can be great organizers, as I just mentioned before, and extremely reliable. These people are very reliable. So their loved ones will find them to be reliable, but they will feel that emotionally, their Virgo Moon person is not present all the time, right? So let's talk about Venus in Virgo. I have a Venus in Virgo, where my Venus in Virgo people at. Hey. They just say that Venus in Virgo is at its detriment. I agree at times as well, because when I was much younger, like, I just used to be like, why isn't this relationship working out for me? And I used to always, I don't know, just feel I didn't know that I had a Venus in Virgo. And then when I found out that it was at its detriment, then I was like, okay, it explains. Because remember, Virgos are very detached. They can be aloof. They can be reserved. They can be, people can perceive them as shy. And I was very shy when I was younger, but I feel like because I've got a Leo sun, that made me be assertive. But, only people that were close to me, like my sisters, will know that, I do have that Leo-esque side to me, but then I do have that shy side to me as well. I managed to balance the two now as an adult, and as a mother as well. And I've embraced my Venus in Virgo. And I think if you have a Venus in Virgo, you should embrace it too, right? So Venus in Virgo can have a loner, aloof, shy quality. People may find these individuals hard to get to know, but interesting to penetrate. And that's the thing. I find that with Venus and Virgo individuals, they do have that. I have a friend that has a Venus and Virgo also. We're so alike. And we have that, sort of aloof, energy about us. But once people, warm to us and get to know us, they realize that, they are, I can talk to this person, and there's no discord or whatever the case may be. And it's mainly the reason why Venus and Virgos may give off this type of aloof, detached aura when you first meet them, etc. It's mainly because they are harboring an insecurity or shyness. am I good enough? Or, what will people think about me? That's when, when I feel like more so when you're younger and you're a Venus and Virgo, but as you get older, you realize that you don't have to pretend to be anyone but yourself, because remember, your Venus sign is all about who you love and how you love, right? And Venus is all about beauty and how you express your outward beauty and inward beauty. And society growing up, society rams down it portrays a certain image of how you're supposed to be sexy, or I'm in my house clothes right now, guys. I'm in the comfort of my own home. It's just me and my cat. So guys, okay, not to say when I go out I look like this, but I'm comfortable and I feel comfortable talking to you guys. Maybe that's my Venus and Virgo, right? But anyway, back to the point. Society will portray a certain image of what's sexy, of what's appealing, etc. And I feel like growing up, when you're a Venus and Virgo, you may feel like, but I don't feel like that, and I will feel comfortable to act like that. So does that make me, something wrong with me? I feel like it's more when you're younger, but as you get older as a Venus and Virgo, you then realize that your sensuality is true to you, and you need to hone that. You need to you need to honor that as well, and that's what I feel like the blessing is when you have a Venus and Virgo when you're much older anyway, because it can be quite awkward to have that when you're younger, because you may be trying to be a chameleon when inwardly that's not really you. And with a Venus and Virgo, like I said, their sensuality and attraction comes from that type of aloof like quality. Not everyone likes the overtly loud, brash type of person. Some people do tend to like that quiet, reserved type of person, because they can be perceived as more interesting, like I want to get to know that person, whereas you're the opposite. Sometimes people may feel like they know you already, there's nothing to learn next, right? So it just depends really, but I feel like with a Venus and Virgo, it's good to honor your sensuality, your sexuality, and not try to be anything other than who you are, right? These individuals have a reserved quality, like I mentioned before. They can take a while to warm up to others. They are naturally guarded and hide a hidden insecurity that they are not good enough. This could be one reason why they may detach from others. Like the saying goes, I rather leave first than be left. And that could be one of the things with a Venus and Virgo. They just perceive others to have a hidden agenda at times, and sometimes they may restrain themselves from getting to know others, etc., because they feel like in the long run it's not going to work out, they're going to hurt me, they're going to leave, so I'm going to leave instead. That's insecurity that they may have, and it could be insecurity that stems from childhood, but then it leads to them having to focus on why do I feel this way, and maybe go to a past experience as to when they were hurt or abandoned, which we all may have experienced before, and then face that and then analyze that, because they're good analyzers, and then release that, and then not to project that onto others and give people a chance, right? It's something to be mindful of. These individuals take a while to open up, and when they do, people or a partner may find them to be loyal and very giving. It's one thing with a Venus and Virgo person. They're extremely loyal and they're extremely giving, okay, but they do things in quite a slow way. Remember, Virgo is an earth sign, so earth signs tend to take a little bit longer than others, but once they feel safe with you, a Venus and Virgo, they will shower you with gifts, maybe love notes, beautiful poems, and these individuals, when they're in a love relationship, they may fuss over their partner. Again, it's only because they care. They may tell their partner what they should and shouldn't do, who they should hang around with, who they shouldn't hang around with. Oh, you think that's a good idea to wear that coat, babe? Just an example, but I'm just exaggerating as well, right? Am I? But anyway, these individuals are perfectionists and they treat their relationships as projects at times. Anything regarding their loved ones has to be done perfectly, whether that's them giving or receiving love. So again, if they're in a loving relationship, you know, they take their relationships very seriously and they want to be perceived as perfect, right? And it also goes back to the fact that them feeling not good enough. It means to me that a Venus and Virgo should realize that their good enough is good enough, if you understand what I mean. And once they know that, then they should, you know, not proceed with caution. They should proceed with confidence. You know, knowing that their love is original. Everyone has different love styles, right? But their love is original and whoever they're connecting with is accepting of them, you know, so they shouldn't doubt or question it. They can be hard on themselves, but they need to release that they are human after all, and you can find, you know, perfection in imperfection, okay? So Venus and Virgo can be romantic in a discreet way. So this is not a type of sign that overt, you know, likes, you know, the kissing and all this hugging and stuff like that in public. Okay. Some may, it depends what you have in your, you know, what's connecting to your Venus sign. So for instance, my Venus is my Venus is squaring Uranus, right? Uranus is the planet of sudden changes, you know, quirkiness, etc. And it's squaring as well. It's not sextiling, it's squaring. So that's a harsh aspect. So I'm a very reserved and private person, you know, when I'm in a relationship and stuff like that. Meaning that, you know, my friends and family will know who I am in a relationship with, but if we're outside, I don't mind holding hands, but like a big grand display of like kissing and stuff like that might be a bit embarrassing for me, you know what I mean? Although I would like it, but I'll be like, sorry, that's my phone, guys. Although I like it, I might be like, oh my days, people are staring at us, but I don't mind holding my partner's hand, okay? But if you have like a Venus, you know, and a Venus in Virgo and a Venus Sun or Venus Moon, then you may not want anyone to see this type of display of affection at all, right? They tend to display their affections behind closed doors. And Venus and Virgos, like I said, their love style is to do things for their partner, cook for their partner, tidy for their partner, write love notes for their partner. They may prefer to express in written words how they feel as opposed to emoting from word, I should say. They also like their partners to be their friends. A friendship within a relationship is highly important to a Venus and Virgo. They would like to, you know, have a companion as well, which most of us do want, but having a companion, having a friend, you know, within a relationship is very important. They want someone that they can talk to, that they can reason with, they laugh with, joke with, cry with, you know, discuss, you know, TV programs with, watch TV programs with, you know, so that's very important for a Venus in Virgo. Now let's move on to Mars in Virgo, okay? So Mars in Virgos are very goal orientated, and they pay attention to detail as well. With Mars and Virgo individuals, they may take a long time, I feel, to maybe go after a goal or an ambition, because they're very controlled and they're weighing up the pros and cons. They may spend too much time weighing up the pros and cons of a situation. They may not take action per se. Remember, Mars is all about action. So with a Mars and Virgo person, they may deliberate for a long time. Shall I? I don't know. You know, that's something to be aware of, right? And that could actually make them miss opportunities as well. Okay. But once they do, however, go after their dreams, go after their ambitions and goals, etc., they have a lot of stamina, because remember, it's Earth. Virgo is the Earth sign, and they're very attention to detail. They very goal orientated. So if they start a project or a work placement, they will make sure that they give their all, they give their best, and they will see the job, they'll see the project through. You know, if they are, you know, in a relationship, again, they may take a while to, you know, say go out with someone that they've never gone out with before, because there's a lot of caution, there's a lot of, you know, mental conflict and deliberating why it won't work out and why it could work out and how we're going to look together, and what if their parents don't like me, or what if all this type of thing, and it wastes time. But once they do feel the fear and do it anyway, get into that relationship, they give their all to that relationship. Okay. They're very patient. They can be nitpicky also, but this can also manifest in an intimate relationship as well. So again, this is a sign. I don't feel that, they may not want to be as spontaneous intimately as, say, other signs that, say you got like a Mars in Sagittarius, or like a Mars in Leo, say, or Aries or something like that, or a Mars in Scorpio. They may not want to be expressive intimately, straight away. It may take some time, or it may not happen at all. They may prefer to stick to a certain routine, and after a while, then they may want to try other things. Okay. However, in work, with a Mars in Virgo, their attention to detail and their diligence in regards to how they hone in on their work and their projects could be very beneficial, and they will end up producing magnificent results. Okay. And last but not least, guys, Mercury in Virgo. I have a Mercury in Virgo, so as you guys know, I enjoy talking, I enjoy communicating. Mercury is in its home placement in Virgo as well as Gemini, because Mercury and Gemini rule, Virgo and Gemini rule Mercury, right? And when you have a Mercury in Virgo, you like to getting tongue-tied. And I've got a Mercury in Virgo, when you got a Mercury in Virgo, you like to gain a lot of knowledge. You like to read. I love to read. I love to read ever since I was like 4. I remember when I was in the reception class, I went straight to the bookshelves, and I wanted to stay there all day. And the teachers were like, okay, Alicia, that's my real name, Alicia. Okay, Alicia, we've got to go now. I'm like, I want to stay with the books. And then when my granddad came to pick me up, they were like, she would not leave the books. She wouldn't. I just love books, right? I just like to learn. I like to go into another world, right? So with a Mercury in Virgo individual, they like to gain knowledge. They like to read, right? They like to study. I enjoy studying, okay? Because when a Mercury in Virgo individual reads and they find, a lot of knowledge from what they're reading, it actually brings food to their soul, and that's one thing that a lot of people don't really know about me, is my love for books. I absolutely love books. I used to write stories when I was younger, write stories and sometimes just read it to myself or force my sisters to listen to it. And I felt sorry for my sister because she had to actually do her homework, and I was like, please listen to my story. But they have such a wide imagination that they just need to put it on paper, right? And like I said, reading is food to a Mercury in Virgo's soul. Okay, it makes me feel good when I read, right? And Mercury and Virgo individuals are highly intelligent. These individuals have a way with words and written words. These individuals have a great deal of common sense, and these individuals analyze every detail when they're studying or reading. Yeah, so I tend to sometimes reread books that I've read already in case I've missed information, and I know a lot of people do that as well. But like I said, some people are quite shocked to find that I actually like to read. I always carry a book with me. And I have to be quite mindful of that sometimes, because it can make me look like I'm not social. It can make me look like I'm antisocial when I'm actually not. But if I'm going to like a family function, I won't bring a book because that's going to look rude, right? But if I know I'm going to be on a train, if I know I'm going to the park, I will bring a book because, I may gain something outside and I would have gained if I was inside reading it. I don't know, but I just like to read anyway. And sometimes I have a habit of reading different books at the same time. So I might be reading one book and my eyes will be going over to that other book on the bookshelf, and I'll be like, put that book down and it's still open, and go over to the other one, and that it's just I need to stop that. But that's Mercury in Virgo's way of, functioning. Sometimes they just need to gain knowledge. They just need to know, they need to, not like a Scorpio where they need to unearth, but they need to analyze and dissect and, figure out and then put together. And then once they put that, scenario together, they move on to the next situation. A Mercury in Virgo individual could make a great detective, especially if they got Scorpio in their chart, maybe a Scorpio Moon or a Scorpio Sun. But with a Mercury in Virgo individual, they may need to also pay attention to not spending too much time, because again, like I mentioned before, with myself having a Mercury in Virgo, I like to read and find messages within messages and, delve. And that could also be portrayed onto projects and work. Like if they are doing a specific project or a job and there's a deadline, because they are perfectionists, remember the same qualities and energies of having a Virgo sun is displayed in a Mercury in Virgo, being very nitpicky at times and, being a perfectionist, working diligently, nothing wrong in that. But if it's not balanced out, it can be detrimental. And then you may find that, your project or your job is not finished in the time frame. Cough, cough, because I wanted to do this video much earlier, but obviously other things were there. You may find that other things get delayed because of your focus on a specific thing and then trying to perfect it. So that's one thing to be mindful of, even for myself. These individuals need to be aware also that not everyone gathers information and is able to analyze information and take in information as they do, because these individuals, you can't lie to these people. You can't Mercury and Virgo people are very intelligent, and they will notice if you're trying to, manipulate them, or, there's energies in words. There's, with a Mercury and Virgo, they can suss out, not to say other Mercury signs can't, but they can suss out the tone of someone's voice, if it goes too high or if it's too low, or, there's things that we can dissect and analyze from a person's communication style or how they're communicating with us. We can see if someone's sincere or not and stuff like that. But another thing Mercury and Virgo individuals need to be mindful of is that not everyone may have that same work ethic as they do. Not everyone may like to read as much as they do, because I know that with my son, I always trying to, okay, have you read this book? And he's like, Mom, and I've realized, okay, not everyone's like you. Just calm down, right? But I'm like, but this book is so interesting. Look at the back. But anyway, yes. So with a Mercury in Virgo, they like to learn, they like to study. They are good conversationalists. So these are the type of people that you could have a conversation with, and they will, know about different hobbies and topics to talk about, whether or not they've taken part in these hobbies or topics. They have a wide, range of knowledge on different things such as popular culture, music, art, astrology, tarot, politics, etc., right? Music also. Mercury and Virgo, they are good communicators, as mentioned before. They can be brilliant authors, poets, stage screenwriters, and public speakers. Okay, so let's talk about the compatibility between Mercury signs, between Virgos with the other signs. So Virgo and Aries. I mean, this pairing is this pairing, we're dealing with earth and fire, and Aries may find Virgos to be quite slow moving, and they may find Virgos to be not spontaneous. Remember, Aries are the leaders of the zodiac, and they like to take action, sometimes without thinking about what they want to do. They're very spontaneous, not in a Sagittarian way, but with a Aries person, they're very excited, they're very excitable, right? I remember my sister Nikki K said to me that Aries are the babies of the zodiac, so they will think like a child, like I want it and I want it now. How come you're moving too slow? So there may be a little bit of friction within this pairing. Virgo can teach Aries how to be patient. Virgo can teach Aries how to weigh up the pros and cons before jumping in head first. Aries can teach Virgos how to be more spontaneous, more fun, more social. So yes and no, depending on what you're looking for. I feel if it's a Venus and Aries and Venus and Virgo, I feel that it will clash, because the Aries individual might want to, be, center stage all the time, and a Virgo may want to retreat, which they may find a bit, they may both find each other to be irritating at times. But I feel like a friendship may work, but not a friendship, a friendship may work with this pairing, but not to see each other all the time. A relationship may not work, however, Virgo and Taurus. Yes, I've seen this. Virgos love Taurus for their beauty, for their hospitality, for their hard-working attributes, because they see themselves in Taurus. They are cousins. They're both earth signs. And a Taurus may find Virgo to be very cautious, very dependable, very reliable. I feel like this relationship will work because Virgos will perceive Taurus to be very reliable and dependable, and someone that they can have a foundation with, and someone that they can set up home with. And Tauruses will appreciate Virgo's intelligence also. So I feel, yes, this will work. Friendship or relationship especially, because we are talking about relationships. Virgo and Gemini. Yes and no. I feel like in terms of communication, they will get on, but I feel like a Virgo may not be as trusting towards a Gemini as a Gemini. A Gemini will trust a Virgo, but a Virgo, I don't feel, will trust a Gemini, because the friendship aspect of the connection will be on point. The communication aspect of the connection will be on point. But a Virgo may feel like a Gemini is that way with everyone, and they're not loyal. And Geminis and Virgos need loyalty. They need someone that is reliable like themselves. And a Virgo may not find a Gemini to be reliable. Geminis will find Virgo to be hard to attain at times, but interesting. So I feel like, yes, it could work, but there needs to be a few edges ironed out in order for it to work. I feel like a Gemini can bring Virgo out of their shell, maybe to travel, to see the world, etc. But a Gemini may grow bored of a Virgo because they may feel like you like to spend time alone too much, or you don't like to socialize as much. Okay, so Virgo and Cancer. Yeah. Because Cancers are very homey. They like their home. They are dependable. They like to express emotions. They like to nurture. They like to care for. And Virgos, secretly, they like that. Because they like to serve also. But they don't really like to emote at times. And a Cancer can let a Virgo know that it's okay to emote. A Cancer can let a Virgo know that you're safe with me. And Virgos are looking for safety in a relationship. So a Virgo will find Cancer to be very reliable, someone that they can eventually express to, someone that they will feel safe to express to, I feel. Okay, and the Cancer will find Virgo to be dependable, intelligent, someone that they will feel safe with. So I feel like this pairing will be, it'll be a discreet, relationship as well. Very private, but very sensual. Okay, and special. So Virgo and Leo. I feel like a Virgo and Leo could work. Virgos may find Leo to be very fun, spontaneous, wild, exciting. And Leo may find Virgo to be very reliable. Not to say Leos are not reliable, but they may find Virgos to be very mature minded, someone that can take charge, someone that will understand them, someone that will allow them that space that they need when they need it, because Leos are very independent also. And Leos may find Virgos to be, Virgos may find Leos to be sometimes quite childish and like, when are you going to grow up? Like, this is what we need to do. And a Leo will appreciate a Virgo's input. They will appreciate it. I feel like this could be an amazing working pair. And in a relationship, if they were to have children with each other, they will be able to work together to run the household, to look after the children, because they'll both have different qualities within themselves that will work. So the Leo may be like the fun parent, and the Virgo will be like the parent that makes sure the child gets the homework done, say. And the Leo parent may be the one that takes the child to all the activities, and the Virgo, have you ironed your shirt? Or, it will work. A Virgo and a Virgo. Yeah, I do feel like a Virgo and a Virgo will work because they will just understand each other. I feel like a Virgo and a Virgo will have like long periods of conversations with each other. They will understand the importance of keeping communication open within the relationship. They will want to serve each other. They will want to do things for each other. They will understand that they both need time alone from each other and not feel threatened by that. They may have the same sort of love styles, like the same sort of programs, etc. So I feel like, yeah, that will work, but it depends if that Virgo wants something different, wants something more spontaneous, or if they want something more grounding, or someone that's not like them. They may try and go for like a Capricorn, or a Sagittarius, or something along them lines. But generally, yes, these two will work. Virgo and Libra. Libra will bring beauty, and Virgos are very elegant. They're very poised. They're very graceful. And within the relationship with Libra, Libras are able to bring that, to match that. But Libras will show Virgo how to be that social butterfly, how not to be discreet, how to come out of their shell. I feel like Libra will enchant Virgo in a way, and they will sprinkle their magic dust on Virgo as well, and show them like a different side to life. Like, okay, you can wear that, but have you tried this type of thing? Or, I feel like a Virgo will find Libra very beautiful, very charming, very likable. They will be, drawn to Libra's beauty, whether they're male or a female. There's a lot of, I feel like the attractiveness from a Libra and to a Virgo, I feel like that side of the relationship will always be present. You will always fancy your Libra partner, and your Libra partner will always, find their Virgo partner attractive, and know the importance of making their Virgo partner feel like the most beautifulest person or the most handsomest person in the world. Libras love romance. So I feel like a Virgo, they will find the romance that they seek from within, or that they've kept hidden, in a Libra partner. And a Libra partner may find I'm sorry guys if I keep looking away or looking down. I'm just trying to, gain the messages to give to you, right? Because these are not even notes. They're just like a list of the signs to go down in order so I don't get confused. But I'm just speaking from what's coming to my mind. So I feel like a Libra partner will find a Virgo to be like the ideal wife or the ideal husband, but they will want to inject some sort of, romance into that connection, because they will see the potential of a Virgo and will want the Virgo to see the potential within themselves, right? Okay, Scorpio and Virgo. Yeah, I feel like Scorpios, again, they like to unearth. They like to unearth what is hidden, and, break down the old to rebuild the new, right? And I feel like a Scorpio will find a Virgo very interesting, very intriguing, and Scorpios tend to, fixate on something or someone that they want, and generally they're able to use their energies to get, they're great manifestors. They're able to get who they want or what they want, right? And they may find Virgo a challenge which will excite them. And once they do get a Virgo, however, they will be very proud within themselves that they managed to capture. I shouldn't say capture, but they managed to be with this loner-like, aloof person. It's like a challenge for a Scorpio. And I feel like a Scorpio will learn from a Virgo that, it's okay to rationalize your emotions. You don't have to be as, intense at times. You can project your emotions in a way that's not, intense, and I feel like a Virgo will learn from a Scorpio that it's okay to be intense. I feel like they will learn from each other. It's okay to delve deep sometimes, because Virgos can have that way about them where I'm fine, nothing's wrong with me, yeah, I'm fine. Well, a Scorpio will penetrate. Why did you do that though? And then they may uncover from their Virgo person that something happened within their childhood. They will open up a Virgo's mind about things that they try to, keep hidden, or, I feel like this relationship will be very powerful. It'll be a very powerful pairing if these two connected with each other. Scorpio may show a Virgo the hidden sides to themselves that they try to hide from others, and a Virgo will take Scorpio out of their darkness. Not to say all Scorpios are entrapped in darkness, but the shadow side of Scorpio, right? And show them that there's ways that we can work through this. It doesn't always have to be about, living in that darkness or feeling that everyone's an enemy and etc. So they're able to help each other to see how the other person perceives the world. So I feel like this will be a very interesting and transformative relationship. So yeah, I'll say yeah. Okay, Virgo and Sag. Virgo may find Sagittarius to be a little bit too spontaneous, a little bit too wacky for them, right? And I'm smiling because I feel like although they may feel those things about Sagittarius, they will still be intrigued. Like, what are they going to do next? Sagittarius will bring that excitement that Virgo needs, right? And Sagittarius may find Virgos to be very dependable, and they may find them to be, the type that can understand them, that will control their, spontaneousness. So I feel like this will be a pairing that will generally get on, actually. They're polar opposites, but I feel like a Sagittarius will learn from Virgo how to, analyze the situation before jumping in. And a Sagittarius will teach Virgo how to be that little bit spontaneous. You don't have to always, nitpick and analyze. Sometimes you just got to come out of your comfort zone. So I say yes and no, depending on what the Virgo or Sagittarius wants. Virgo and Capricorn, yes, yes, yes. I feel like a Capricorn will teach Virgo how to build upon their brand if they're doing a project or, etc. And they will give Virgo that stability that they want within a partner. They will want to work with a Virgo. They will understand a Virgo's need to be cautious. They will, be that breadwinner for Virgo, because Virgos like to take care of others. So I feel like a Capricorn, whether you're dealing with a Sagittarius Capricorn cast, but Capricorn will understand Virgo's love language, and they will want to match that, and they will see themselves in a Virgo in a sense of, I am not that demonstrative in regards to expressing love, but I will take care of you and our family, or I will provide for you, I will build with you. That's my way of showing you my love. I feel like these two will have a lot of fun together. Their relationship may be around, career and finances, which the Virgo will understand, because they'll be They will be building on their brand also. This is like a power couple. A Virgo and a Capricorn, I feel, a power couple. And even a Taurus and a Virgo, but I feel more Virgo and Capricorn. And a Capricorn will learn from Virgo that, to make good business decisions. And also, there will be a deep friendship within this connection also. A Capricorn will find Virgo very intelligent, and they will take their advice on board. And a Virgo will feel like a Capricorn is their match in terms of intellect, in terms of work ethic as well. So yeah, power couple. Okay, Virgo and Aquarius. Virgo may find Aquarius a little bit too quirky, but at the same time, they may be intrigued by this quirkiness and may find that they need this spontaneousness side to Aquarius in their life. I feel like Aquarius will brighten up a Virgo's life. I feel like an Aquarius will show a Virgo, different possibilities, coming out of their comfort zone, stepping out of the box. And a Virgo will teach Aquarius to be, very practical, to weigh out the pros and cons, to analyze, to take time on a project without jumping from project to project. I mean, I keep talking about work here. But I feel like Aquarius will show a Virgo how to have more fun, and a Virgo will find Aquarius to be very unpredictable, very sexy, and I feel like they both like their own space. So in that area of the relationship, they will respect each other and respect each other's boundaries, but they could isolate each other a lot. So that's something to be mindful of, because they could be focused on career, or they could just be focused on having their own space, that it alienates other sides to their connection, right? So that's something to be mindful of. But I feel like, yes, this pairing can work depending on how highly evolved each other are, and I feel like communication should be a important, part of the relationship. So, wires don't get crossed, okay? Because they're both independent people, they could alienate each other. So that's something to be mindful of. Virgo and Pisces, soulmate, soulmate connection. It's your opposing sign. I feel like a Pisces is intrigued or will be intrigued by a Virgo. They will find this loner-like quality very interesting. They will perceive a Virgo to be idealistic and intriguing, because they're so different from a Piscean. A Pisces is all about emoting and daydreaming and fantasizing. And Virgos are just the total opposite, but that opposite is what will intrigue a Piscean. And a Virgo will find a Pisces to be beautiful, charming, hard to catch. I remember when my sister said to me, Pisces, there's two fishes, so one will swim that way and one will swim the other way. And you can't grasp a fish. They'll just, and a Virgo will I feel like a Virgo will feel like they just want to help the Pisces. They just want to serve the Pisces. They just want to love the Pisces. And the Pisces may be unattainable, which will make the Virgo want them more, because they see something within each other that is so different, but yet so intriguing, that they just feel drawn to each other. They just want each other. And I feel like a Virgo will find Pisces to be their ideal partner, the love of their life, someone so beautiful, someone so handsome, but someone that is, not real, someone that's just a fantasy. And the Pisces, I feel, could entrap a Virgo into a state of feeling as though they're in some sort of movie or a fantasy. Remember, Pisces are ruled by Neptune, and Neptune is all about illusions. A Pisces may show different sides and characters and qualities to a Virgo that will keep them intrigued, but that will keep them unbalanced. And Virgos are all about control. They don't want to feel unbalanced. They need to be in control. And I feel like a Pisces will tip the scales, although it's not a Libra, will tip the scales of their balance, which will make them imbalanced, which they despise. I feel like a Pisces will feel that Virgo needs to dream a bit, needs to, think out of the box a bit. They are too orderly, and they would like to inject some magic into a Virgo's life. This combination will be a good working relationship. Especially, I'm thinking about Michael Jackson, who's a Virgo, and how can I forget his name? They collaborated and they made Thriller together. Quincy Jones is a Pisces, so yeah. But I feel like in terms of a relationship, this period can work. They will always be drawn to each other. They could have this on and off relationship as well, which will make Virgo feel a little bit unbalanced, but still dedicated to make the situation work. And Pisces may at times chop and change in regards to how they feel. Not like a Cancerian where their emotions ebb and flow. A Pisces may feel like, I want to be there, I want to be there. Remember, it's two fishes. But then they will always swim back to their Virgo. Okay, guys, that was my reading on Virgos that I managed to eventually do. I will speak to you guys soon. Please take care. It's been a pleasure. Peace out.